Welcome to Green and Woke on YouTube. We hope you enjoyed this segment. The link to the entire podcast can be found in the description box. Yes, hello, welcome back. This is Green and Woke, and I'm your host, Kimberly Ryans. We have a very special guest today. It's Author LaShundra Smith. Hi, LaShundra. How are you doing today?
I am awesome and glad to be speaking with you today.
Oh, that's wonderful. So glad to have you. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and about your new book, Clarity, Beauty and Pain, and what caused you to write that book?
Okay, as a child, I was actually given up at birth to a different family. And in that process, it kind of started me in a trail or whirlwind of rejection. I felt unwanted as a child, and in the family that I was in, I wasn't, the way they show love wasn't your normal way of showing love. It was more about just taking care and priorities as far as financial and responsibility, but the affection and love was not there. So as I grew up, I began to make what I would say would be choices that you would make from a person that has low self-esteem. I got myself in abusive relationships. I started having kids really early, and just began to go through a lot of things. And then last year, both my parents passed away about 3 months apart.
Wow.
And we also went through a very bad situation with finding out some things that happened to my daughter. She was assaulted by a family member. And in doing all of that throughout the year, it put me in a position to where I had to go back and reevaluate my priorities. And in thinking so, in doing so, it brought to me, hey, you need to write a book. And you need to write a book about these things that you've gone through and how you were able to overcome them, and how it also brought you to a point of being balanced in your peace, in the people that you have around you, and as being a wife and a mother to your family.
Oh, wow. Yes, definitely. That would bless so many people. It would really help because as women, you know, we have so much on our plates. We're wives, mothers, grandmothers, sisters. We work inside and outside of the home. So why is balance so important?
Balance is important to me because if you do not have it, you are no good for any of those areas. You're no good as a wife. You're no good as a mother. You're no good as a friend. You're no good as a sister. So you have to have balance, and in that you have to give others that balance to know that, hey, I can only be spread so far, and be okay with saying no when no is necessary for your peace.
Yes.
And when saying yes is something, this is our priority and I need to do this. And what I've noticed with me, when I take the time out for self, I'm a better mother to my kids because I'm not as irritated. I'm not as agitated. When I take time with my husband, we are allowed to have that balance together as a family, as a couple, and we are at peace. So balance to me is important, mostly important for your peace.
Oh, yes, definitely. Wow, that would be so helpful. Oh, my goodness. So what advice can you give women as we go into the new year? I know it's January. We're just getting started. So about finding our balance, in terms of finding our balance, what advice could you give us?
I suggest, for one, it is really important to get out that board and make a vision board. You need to get out the board and decide what areas of your life need improvement, where you need balance in, and focus on those areas as far as your mind, body, and spirit. A lot of times when we do vision boards, we're focused on putting a house on there or a car.
Yes.
That's all good and fine, and that's great. But we need to focus on the things that are not material as well. Those need to be on that board as well. They need to be of most importance because that will lead you to those other things.
Wow, that is such great advice because yes, the vision boards is such a useful tool and everyone's doing it now and it's such, it's a fad, it's trendy, but it's so useful, it's helpful. And for the most part,
So
people put material things.
yes.
For the most part, that's what you see on there, houses and cars and, jobs. But, all of that is fine. But like you say, it's a balance. And that's where your home life, your family life, and all of that kind of comes into play because that needs to be in order before you can attain all of these other things. And then so being able to appreciate the other things once you get your family life in order. So, wow, that's great advice. I mean, I don't really think people, they don't think to do that. It's all about the material,
I had a vision party this year, and that was part of me telling them, hey, we're not going to focus on that. Wow. We know everybody want a new house. We know everybody want a new car. So what I did was I made these worksheets for them to identify opportunities in their mental and health and spirit health to say, what are the areas that I'm lacking in? And then I want you to put those on the board. And then when those are on the board, then you can go throw those material things on there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Wow, and it seems so, like, why don't we think about that? But it's like taking care of self first. That's for one. Because I was told once by a mentor when I was younger that you are the most important person. And it sounds selfish when you say it, but once you think about it, you've got to take care of yourself because you're no good to others if you're not taking care of yourself. So this
That's totally correct.
Wow. Okay, so it sounds like wow, your book is going to be amazing to read. I haven't read it, but I'm going to have to get one so I can partake of some of this great knowledge that you're sharing here. So it's where can people if they like to purchase it, where is it? I know it's out now. That's my understanding.
It is out now. It actually released January the 15th, and it did hit Amazon's bestseller list for a short period, but it was there. So
amazing.
I'm really excited about that.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you so much, especially being a new author and your name not really being out there for people to trust enough to purchase it. That was really, really amazing to me. And so it's available on Amazon. You can get it Kindle or paper copy, either way.
Okay. And where can we follow you on your social media? You want to give us those links? We'll put that on our site as well. But you want to tell our listeners where they can, your website, social media handles?
Sure. The website is www.womenwithbalance.org.
Okay.
And the Facebook and Instagram is also Women with Balance.
Women with Balance. Okay. Gosh. Okay, everybody.
And Twitter is womenw_balance.
Okay. Okay, great. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Thank you. Now we know where we can find you and purchase your book. And what if you have you're also a contributor with on another project called I Am a Survivor, and that's due out in May of this year. Can you tell us a little bit about that while we have you?
Yes, it's actually called Battle Scar 5.
Okay.
It is a project that about 20 ladies got together and wrote a chapter about their experience as far as domestic abuse or being abused, and came together and created this book that could be encouraging to women who are either going through it or have gone through it and are still trying to find their peace in it. These are women that have survived and are now using their lives as a testimony.
Oh, wow. I know that's powerful because so many people.
It definitely is. I'm also actually individually working on a documentary. I'm extremely excited about that for domestic abuse survivors, where we will have a roundtable discussion as well as individual interviews. So I'm rounding up ladies for that because I really want to get the awareness out there. It's going to be my story is your story, a movement, so that we can really show domestic abuse survivors domestic abuse women who are either in it or are coming out of it, that you can be victorious after this. You can get through it and you can move on, and you do not have to feel ashamed about it.
Yes, definitely. Oh, wow. There's just such a movement of empowering women to take back their power, their essence, because so many women have been damaged, and it's putting them in a really, a bad place in life when they don't have to be there, because it's not their fault. Whatever they went through, no one asked to, be abused and oppressed and, marginalized. No one asked to be put in those situations. So it's so great that so many programs and just ways for them to express themselves and to regain their power is just amazing. So I love this. That's a great idea. Thank you for doing it. Hats off to you and any other, women to empower other women, because it's so needed. It's so needed. And, it's just so much talent and ability out there, but it's just so suppressed because of past experiences. And it's like, take back your life and be who you were meant to be, before all of the bad things came about. So thank you so much for doing that. Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Oh, gosh, you're a busy lady, that's for sure. But you have balance, so.
I really need to get rid of this full-time job because
so you can get to doing what you really, really love and helping people and spending time with your family.
I really do. Yes. I really love helping and empowering women, because I felt like when I was growing up, I did not have that. I felt so lost, and I just thought, if I had these kind of tools or these kinds of people around me, it would have just been so much better.
Yeah, I bet. That definitely, it makes a difference. And to reach back and help someone else, that's what it's all about, And people who have been through the experiences, that when you have a testimony of what you've gone through, that makes it more powerful for people to say, well, hey, they did it, so I can do it too. So it's just wonderful. It's just wonderful. Well, thank you so much for stopping by Green and Woke today. And we're excited about your projects, and we want everybody to go out there and support it. And we just wish you all the best. And I'm sure we'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you so much, Kim. I really appreciate it.
Okay. You have a nice day.
You too.
Okay. Bye-bye. Well, that's a wrap. Thank you for joining us. Tune in next month for an all-new episode of Green and Woke. And remember to keep it simple, keep it constant, keep it green, and together we can build a better planet.